Hi, my name is John Kim, and I'm a therapist who went through his own rebirth. I share my feelings and revelations. I believe in casual over clinical and with you instead of at you. I come unrehearsed on purpose because self help doesn't have to be so complicated. So, if you notice that some of my podcast episodes are the same title, has the same title as um, a video or an article, I want you to know that I don't cut and paste, that my podcast will either go deeper or since I birdwalk, the, the episode will have nothing to do with the title. So you will be tricked. You know what I noticed? I had this revelation yesterday that I know that I'm getting older because not only is my voice changing, I don't know what's wrong with my voice today. It's completely muted. Um, I noticed that I like things that are just amusing. Like they don't have to be extreme. They don't have to be laugh out loud, like crazy. They can just be amusing. So, for for example, I've been watching Jerry Seinfeld's show, comedians in cars with coffee, or comedians having coffee, something like that in cars. And I've been binge watching it, and it's not hysterical. It's just kind of pleasant and amusing. And I thought, oh, this is what getting older looks like. All right, let's talk about engagement. So, I had a client once and she was depressed, and we couldn't figure out why because she had a caring husband and a solid job and great friends and a loyal dog, and um, her life was good. There was no reason for her to be depressed. And as we started to peel layers, we realized that she wasn't engaging in life. And I think that sometimes, because of our daily routines, um, that we could just kind of go into autopilot. And I think engagement requires effort and intention, initiation, daily. I think it's so easy to forget to engage in our lives. Now, engagement doesn't just mean doing things that are fun and exciting and all of that. It doesn't just mean jumping out of planes. Engagement means to be there. So, if you're going through a rough patch in your life, if you're grieving, if you're going through a breakup or a life transition, um, it still requires engagement. This is where people tend to disengage. And of course, then they start coping in unhealthy ways to not face what they're going through. Engagement. So, engagement also means to feel something. So, if you're going through something rough, then to be in it and to know that it's not forever, that it's temporary. And I think that because engaging in the good stuff is easy, right? Like so, when the good stuff happens, engaging in that is play and excitement and adventure and all of that. That's a lot easier to engage in than to not engage, or what am I talking about? Than to engage in the discomfort or the turbulence that happens in our lives, right? But with this case, she wasn't going through turbulence. Everything was good. She just wasn't engaging because her life was just very safe. And so let's talk about what that looks like, what that means. Again, I think it starts with an intention. I think it's a daily intention. It means to be there, to be present, to show up in everything you do. So, whether you're engaging with friends or having meaningful conversations, whether you're engaging in um, intimacy with your partner, whether you're engaging in your meals, um, or the creative space, to not distract yourself and allow yourself to um, flow, allow yourself to get lost in what you're doing.
We'll be right back after this brief message.
If you're like me and you know you need to meditate, but you just can't get it into your daily life, I have the solution for you. Simple Habit. They're an app, and what makes them different is they have hundreds of experts doing all different forms of meditation. So it's not just one platform with one expert doing one type of meditation. They even have very specific meditations to your life problems. So, for example, if you're nervous about a big meeting, or if you want, meditations about parenting issues, they have very niche meditations, which makes it really powerful. Finally, they have short meditations that can be consumed in like 5 minutes. So it's like what I do, right, in a shot class. These guys do that for meditations, and I think that's what makes them very powerful and practical, and it's what's gonna get you to thread it into your life. So go to simplehabit.com/angry, and you will get 30% off their premium subscription. And this is only for the first 50 listeners. Now, when you get the premium subscription, you get access to thousands of meditations. Go to simplehabit.com/angry and get 30% off their premium subscription for the first 50 listeners. Go get your calm on. I think that when we engage, life turns into color. We get to experience all different colors of life, and I think that when we don't engage, or we start to live a life where we're just watching life instead of living our life, that we become grayed out. That our life turns black and white. So here's the question: are you engaging in your life? And maybe there are some parts that you're engaging in, and maybe there are some parts that you're just on autopilot, right? A lot of people who have shitty jobs, they're just zombies at work. And then their engagement comes when they are with their kids or with their friends or doing things they love. What would it look like to engage in something that you don't like a shitty job, right? What would be the mindset? So that you are engaging in everything you do, and you don't allow the the quote unquote bad in your life to gray you out. I think that when we select the parts of our lives that we want to engage with, and then we deselect, or we don't click on the parts of our lives that we don't like, and we don't engage in those lives, that could also cause us to kind of become depressed. So, just a reminder that engagement, and I think it's one of three things to hang your life on, the other two being meaning and joy, as in producing joy. Um, Engagement being the third one. I think that, sorry, I'm all over the place today. I think that it's been one of the things that I lacked when I was miserable, is I didn't engage in life. I got up, I buried myself in writing, and just, worked and was desperate trying to chase something. But I didn't engage in life. I didn't engage in um, being present with my friends, with who I was with romantically, with my art. I wasn't engaged in my fitness. I was just going through the motions. And I think that if you could just do this one thing, because I know that when I'm working with clients, and I'm giving them homework, I just give them one simple thing, because when you give them too many things, they end up doing nothing. So I give them one thing, and today with this episode, maybe the takeaway, or if you want to make it homework, is to just do this one thing. Just make an effort, an intention to engage in all areas of your life. So as you're going through your day, and I don't know what you're doing now or what part of the day it is, um, try to engage after this episode. Try to listening to this. Try to engage in all activities. Try to be present with your kids. Try to engage with your wife or husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, or if you are dating someone, try to engage with your friends. Try to engage in fitness. So you're not just going through the motions, but you're feeling it, and you're challenging yourself, and you are getting lost in it, and also getting knocked down and getting back up. Like that whole journey of anything, that circle of life, you're actually allowing yourself to engage in that. If you're grieving, if you're going through a breakup, if you're in a dark place, to allow yourself to feel. And it doesn't mean to get sucked under, right? It doesn't mean to lose control. It doesn't mean to um, allow the things that happen to us in life to drown us. But to engage means to be there. And if you're feeling sad, then you're feeling sad, and it just means to allow yourself to feel. I think engagement means to be vulnerable, to really show yourself. I talk a lot about doing life with someone instead of at or around. And if you're not engaging, then you're doing life either around someone or maybe at someone. So to be present and to engage means to do life with. And that takes courage because that takes vulnerability. That means you have to express your state. It means that you have to express how you are. It means you have to show yourself. Um, and when you do that, there are no eggshells. I think a lot of times when we are not engaging, we're creating space for there to be weirdness, eggshells, resentment, anger, all of that shit, right? And that is not doing life. That is doing. That is watching life. That is you're now behind a fence, or you're just a zombie. You're checked out. So engagement, super important, and just wanted to remind you today to engage in everything that you do, as much as you can. We're not perfect, and we're gonna check out sometimes. I get it, but if we don't make the effort to engage, we will start to live on autopilot. Thank you for listening. If you are not receiving my text, let me just remind you, go to my website, theangrytherapist.com, or my Instagram, and you could get my daily text. And then at the end of the week, we send you a Google Doc. It's a link, a private link that takes you deeper on that topic. And it's like a latte a month, like $5. And of course, you could cancel anytime. So check that out. And thank you for listening. Be well, engage in your life. Hey, if you have a passion to help others and want to become a life coach, or you just want to acquire tools to change your own life, learn more about our Catalyst Life Coaching Intensive. We are an evidence-based training program with an amazing, authentic, vibrant community, and we give lifetime support. Just go to my website, theangrytherapist.com, and click on Life Coach Training. Hey, before you go, if you like my ramblings and revelations and shares, I am now texting people directly to their phone. Just go to my website, theangrytherapist.com. If you want to subscribe, I'll be doing weekly text, 5 days a week, reminders, and also mindsets and exercises and challenges. And every week there will be a different theme, a different topic. So I hope to see you in your phone. And also, if you enjoy this conversation, I hope you help me spread the dialogue and help other people by sharing it. You never know what people need to hear. So if it's helped you, I hope you can help me help others.